Hello there. This is Lawanda will be Lawanda, and I am a survivor of known childhood sexual abuse. I create these videos every single day to break the stigma around this abuse, reach the people who need it, and encourage healing along the way. In my mind, you probably didn't land here by accident. So let me share something vitally important with you. Sometimes families don't resist the truth because they don't know it. Sometimes families resist the truth because that truth threatens control of the narrative. I want to explain what I mean by that. In some families, the issue is not simply what happened. The issue becomes who gets to tell the story about what happened, who gets believed, who gets protected, who gets questioned, who gets called divisive, who gets labeled as being the one who is just bitter, who gets accused of causing problems simply for refusing to participate in the silence any longer. Because when somebody finally tells the truth, especially about known childhood sexual abuse, they're not just sharing basic information. They are disrupting a narrative that has been carefully maintained. A carefully maintained version of what happened, what didn't happen, what should be minimized, what should stay buried, and what everybody else is expected to live beside without naming it plainly. Once that disruption begins, something very interesting can happen. The focus quietly shifts, not what happened, but to the person telling what happened. Suddenly, the conversation becomes, why are you doing this? Why are you bringing this up now? Why can't you just move on? Why are you tearing the family apart? I want you to notice what happened there. The truth becomes secondary. The storyteller becomes the problem. And that can be a devastating realization. Sometimes you'll discover the family was never organized around telling the truth. The family was organized around controlling the narrative, managing the story, managing the perception, managing the version of reality that is allowed to stand. Because when you disrupt a family narrative like this, you are not just introducing truth. You are threatening roles. You are threatening identities. You begin to threaten agreement. You begin to disrupt what people have spent decades building their lives around. Those systems don't usually surrender quietly. Sometimes disrupting the narrative means people stop calling. People become uncomfortable around you. People who once felt close suddenly need distance. Invitations change. Alliances form. History gets rewritten. Your motives are questioned. Your healing that you deserve gets framed as betrayal. Your honesty gets framed as cruelty. Your boundaries get framed as punishment. And the strangest part of all of this, the original harm can start receiving less attention than the disruption created by telling the truth about the harm. I want you to take a moment just to sit with that. Sit with that abuse, that betrayal, that secrecy, that enabling. All of that becomes secondary to you telling the truth. It becomes secondary to the discomfort created by somebody finally refusing to participate in narrative management. That is not a small thing to disrupt. Family systems oftentimes depend on predictability, everybody knowing their role, knowing who protects, who absorbs, who smooths things over, who stays quiet, and who carries the emotional weight. When one person stops performing their assigned role, the system is threatened. Not necessarily because the truth is false, but because the truth is expensive. Maybe no one warns you that telling the truth could rearrange your relationships. Maybe no one has warned you that healing could change who feels comfortable around you. But if you've been carrying the weight of disrupting a system that preferred narrative control over the truth, I want you to know this. You're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not weak. And you're not automatically wrong because the truth created consequences. Keep going. You, beloved, deserve a life that does not require you to disappear inside somebody else's version of reality. On this journey, I want you to know that you are seen. And I want you to believe that you can go forward. This is LaWanda, will be LaWanda always, because everybody else is already taken. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.